Mitchell here with ClerkHound Point of Sale, and today we're going to talk about how to do advanced repairs in ClerkHound. Now this is a really super cool feature because you can actually do repairs and you can order from those repairs to make sure that you get every part that your customer actually needs. It's super cool and it makes repairs a breeze. Let's go ahead and do that. First you're going to click on repairs and click new. Now we're going to go ahead and add John Doe back here. He's our customer in our system, so we're going to do that. Let's say John comes up with an 88 Fender Stratocaster and he says, okay, I need a tremolo arm replacement because he lost his. And he's going to need, when you've taken the measurement with the calipers, and it's going to be 6 millimeters on the threads. You've checked it, and you pretty much know which one it is, and you're going to go ahead and get him a new 6 millimeter tremolo arm. Now, again, I don't know who's going to repair that yet, but I know that it's obviously a guitar repair. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I have one in stock. Tremolo. So I type in tremolo. I do have one. Actually, I don't have any. As you can see, that shows you the quantity. And not only that, it's a 7 millimeter thread. So that's not actually correct. So let's see. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add, let's go ahead and add string change to this, because we need to go ahead and we're probably going to have to add a string change. But if I don't, I can go ahead and enter $0 because I may say, hey, you know what? He may not want his string change after all. So I'm going to save that and just leave it as is. But I definitely need to get that tremolo arm. So let's say while he's in the shop, I go ahead and call my parts supplier, Acme Supply, and I say, hey, I need a tremolo arm replacement with 6 meter threads. And they say, okay, we've got it in stock. And you say tremolo arm with 6 millimeter threads. And they can say Acme Supply, of course, because that's who you called. Now notice I didn't finish typing, but it did it for me. And they're going to say your cost is $5. And of course, we're going to do in true retail fashion, $9.99. And they say, hey, that's Tremo 6 for a 6 millimeter tremolo arm. You say, great. And you can select whether or not you want to count it in inventory or it's taxable. Of course, these are items that I would want to count in inventory. And of course, it should be taxable. So I'm going to save that. All right. So now what's really cool is I've got this saved, but notice I don't have that product yet, right? I called Acme while the customer was there, and I don't have that product. So I'm going to convert this into an order as well. So it starts as repair number 2, and I'm going to convert that to an order. Now check this out. I obviously don't need to order a string change because that's what I'm going to do for my customer. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to save it. So now if I go over to my order screen, there's his order. Look at that. Tremolo arm with 6 millimeter threads. And if I go over to my repairs, it's still an open repair because it doesn't have, I haven't been able to bill him yet because I don't have the part. So let's go back over to order, and I'm going ahead and order that part. And let's say I'm going to create a purchase order for that part. And I'm going to go ahead and choose John Smith with Acme Supply. And I'm going to save it. And I'm going to go ahead and just wait for that to come in. So now when I go over my purchases, I see that I've got that on order. If I were to go to his repair, what's interesting is, notice I didn't email it or send it to them. I didn't send it. I just had it open. So it's an open purchase order. So what I'm going to do now is let's say I was going to email them. In this case, I'm going to print it because that way they know they'll get it. Email is actually when we do the same thing. So I'm going to do that. And it's going to mark that as ordered whenever I click print or email. So now that I know that it's ordered. So now if I go back to my repair status, check this out. If I open his 88 Fender Stratocaster, it knows that that part is ordered because I have it on the purchase order that I processed from Acme Supply. There it is. Now that's crazy super powerful. Now check this out. Let's say a week goes by and the part comes in and I need to receive it from Acme Supply. I'm now under purchases. So I receive that, click off of it, and now it's marked as received. And now we're done with this purchase order. And then, as you can see, it goes back to John Doe. And when I click back on repairs, not only when I open it, it shows that that part is received. Now, it's now time to do the repair. So let's say he says, yeah, I do want a string change. So, okay, we'll go ahead back and I'll give you a $5 string change on that. We did the tremolo change. You got the part. And now I can bill him for $15.74. And now all it's left to do is invoice it. I'm going to save it. Now it's no longer an open. It's no longer an open repair. It's an open invoice. And then as soon as they pay, we're going to go ahead and pay in full. We'll do $16. And there you go, 26 cents change. And then if I print it back, now when I go back to that repair, it's no longer open, it's processed and paid. And that's how easy it is to create an order from a repair in ClerkHound Point of Sale.